everyone. I'm very excited. I have wonderful, amazing people of God. It's an opportunity for me to learn and for you to learn too. Makes it to YouTube, IG, wherever. Please don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe. And I'm very excited because I have amazing people. We're going to have someone ask us questions concerning marriage
and music.
Marriage and ministry. So let your don't all do react to this one.
Question number 1.
All right.
What are some of the practical ways you couples handle conflicts in a Christ way?
Practical ways.
Practical ways.
You're the preacher star.
Okay.
The most important.
Conflicts. We've never had any conflicts.
I would say that number one solution to every problem in marriage is humility. You know, both the husband and the wife must be humble enough to say sorry.
Okay.
And that solves most of the problems. And as a man, must also be willing to say sorry even when you're not wrong. Because most times in the conflicts, the man will not be wrong. But the man must be willing to say sorry.
Yeah.
So I think that sorry is the biggest conflict resolution in marriage. You humble enough to say I'm sorry, and the wife humble enough to say I'm sorry, and that solves everything.
I think talking it out. Like a lot of times, like I said earlier, a lot of times it's a misunderstanding. Many times it's just communication differences, and especially with me and my husband, where the culture difference sometimes creates a little bit of a miscommunication. And so, like for example, pants means pants, jeans denims, trousers means pants. So in America, so there's like that. Even those small little teeny things that you could say, "Oh, I didn't know that's what you meant," or "I didn't understand that's what you meant," and just being able to sit down with minimal emotions, minimal all that stuff, and just be able to explain, like, okay, this is what I meant, this is what you meant. That I think is a very big deal when it comes to conflict resolution.
No,
Powerful.
thank you.
Let's go to the next picture.
Yes, this is really cool.
I think that for me, it's true that you have to be quick to apologize, but you also have to be even quicker to forgive. So it's very important to have that balance, because it's one thing to apologize, but if the other person doesn't forgive, there's no resolution to the conflict. So it has to go both ways, right? Each one must be, quick to respond to it. And when you are that way, when you humble yourself in that way, then it provides an avenue for understanding, because most arguments start out of a misunderstanding. It's not really the thing, it's a misunderstanding. And if you don't deal with that misunderstanding, then you end up fighting little fires that want the fire to be dealt with. So
Right. And I would also say, give each other an out, like give each other the benefit of the doubt. When something happens, it's so easy to say, like, why did you do that to me? And, instead of saying, I know you didn't mean this, but the way you said that came across like this. And just speaking from that, like sort of creating and giving each other an out. Like, I know this wasn't what you were trying to, you didn't intend this. I would say that's an important approach, like how you handle conflict. If you're communicating, sort of giving the other party the benefit of the doubt that they weren't just out to bash you or to say something hurtful to you, but it didn't come across that way. So you understand that you have two people. A lot of the times, men and women, we don't see things the same way. If you're looking at even like when we look at a coin, I'm looking at it from this side, you're looking from this side. So communication is going to be important, but saying, I understand, like I know that you from your standpoint it might not look like this, and I know you didn't mean it. I think that it also helps disarm any conflict, to give each other the benefit of the doubt.
Well, you all have said it all. Just to add a little, always remembering that you both are in a marriage to make it work. And a lot of times the misunderstanding is just the both parties trying to project that I have the best opinion in this working. And this one saying, no, my opinion is better. That's the clash, isn't it? Just taking the break and taking the deep sigh, remembering that you are in the marriage for one cause, to make it a beautiful journey. The moment you can just remember that one thing, it resolves everything.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to see. Yes, like I'm like, how did you get my points from my head? Like, just know that he means well, and he will never intentionally hurt me. I'm very aware that whatever is happening is just. I told my husband something. I told him that we would never have misunderstanding. I told him, she I just said we'll never call, we'll never escape. And I go, is it that you failed me? What is happening? But I just told him, and then I got consoled in knowing that we misunderstand to understand. Because when there's a misunderstanding, we grow beyond it. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to repeat this because I know this hurts, until he tells me that, oh, exactly with it, this is not how it was. Then we now come to a point of, oh, this is how it's supposed to work. The next time we avoid whatever route that led us to that point. And I think we keep growing. And then as you grow in marriage, realize that we're growing. The misunderstanding keeps, like, it's not as often. Now we are synchronizing in value. So just like what I wanted to say, he says that sometimes I'm thinking and then he just speaks and I'm like, Okay, you perfect.
How do you balance serving the ministry and also nurturing your marriage?
Sorry, your Ghanaian accent.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
why?
uh,
Shots fired.
how do you
Sorry,
balance?
Ghanaian.
How do you balance serving in ministry whilst nurturing your marriage? Nurturing, yeah.
So I can answer that here. First thing, your marriage is first. That's the foundation that everything is built on. If that goes south, then everything else goes down. So it's God and it's your wife, your children, your family. Because even if things happen in ministry, you come home to your family. They're not going to turn their back on you when the world turns. And ministry has its twists and turns. And you're popular today, then something may happen. But you're always going to have your family. So that's something that is really important, because I know in a lot of ministries they put the ministry before the marriage, and that can never be God. God cares about us individually first. He wants to make sure that our homes and our families are whole first. Because how can we preach wholeness when there isn't wholeness at home? How can we preach whatever it is, discipline and structure? So the way that we balance it is that we go according to priority. So we make sure that our family, we invest in our marriage, we invest in our children, and then we together tackle ministry.
If it is for us, marriage is your first ministry.
You said by mind again. No, I was getting Nigeria.
Just say it in another language.
That's just it. Marriage is the first ministry for me, and that's how I take it. That's how I run with it. My family, I prioritize them. I see it as this is God's ministry. You understand? So it's not my music ministry first. Then, so a lot of times what I try to do is at this point of my life, I could remember the early stages of our marriage when the kids weren't introduced yet. Yeah. We traveled a lot together. Yeah. We had that luxury of time. We traveled, we did everything together, and I enjoyed every moment. Yeah. And then when the kids came, oh my God, I just had to change, reroute, bring new strategies on how to make this work. I began to think really deep. It got to the point where no matter how far the place I'm going is, I can't stay beyond 2 days because of family. Wow. Because of how much I've placed family. People say, you travel a lot, do you rest? Do you have time for your family? But a lot of times I just push through to say that, okay, I'm home for my family. And then I'm trying to see how God will also help me. I'm having the visions for the future so that the family and the ministry synchronizes so much as one, and no one is suffering. Because when you look at a lot of preachers' kids from way back, you discover that it's as if there's deficiency in their spiritual growth, character, and so on and so forth. And we do not want to make such mistakes. So what are we doing intentionally? So seeing marriage as first ministry was a very, very lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I would say I may have a different answer. Okay. I always believe that when it comes to marriage and ministry, I personally believe that they shouldn't compete with each other. Like the marriage shouldn't compete with ministry, and ministry shouldn't compete with the marriage. They both feed off each other, and that's for my family. I don't know, but my marriage feeds off my ministry, and my ministry feeds off my marriage, and they are both a blessing to each other. So if you ask me what's up, I don't know what's up. They both feed off each other. I don't know if marriage is my first ministry is my first marriage. For me, I have a great pastor, and one of the greatest advice that he said to me was, no matter what it costs you, take your family everywhere. And 100%. Yes, and he for over 30 years traveled his wife and 3 kids everywhere they went. Wow. Across the world, everywhere. And he said, you say it's expensive, but losing your marriage is more expensive. Right. Don't leave me. Yes, that was true. Wow. He said, so why not you rather believe God to bring your family on the road with you? And as a matter of fact, like, I'm talking about Dr. Rodney. Yes. Dr. Rodney wouldn't let a preacher preach if he doesn't come with his wife. Yes. Because he said, if I see your wife's face, I will know how your home is. Right. The man can pretend, the woman can't. So he said, look at he says, Dr. Rodney said, I look at the wife's face and I tell how their home is. And I can tell, I just read it. And you can see the wife depressed, the guy happy. So it's like, he believes like, where's your wife? Like, you come preach, I can see your wife. So so he like, so if you bring your wife, he sees your wife and he's like, okay, good to go. And so I believe that way is to believe God for the finances to bring my I don't know if we like a marriage and my wife's in the ministry. I'm in the ministry. What would pursue them? There's no, my wife is not at home and that's a marriage. Separate, but when we travel, that's a ministry. I agree. You see, so I don't come home to marriage. The marriage follows me. Right. And I don't go somewhere to a ministry. The ministry comes with me home and it goes with me. And it just intertwined. And by the grace of God, it's worked. Because also for me, it's like the goal it's like both of us, we've come together
Yeah.
to achieve a goal,
Exactly.
which is the ministry. So marriage is chasing the ministry, you see. And then it just pays back, and the ministry pays off. We're blessed. Then I can take care of my wife because the ministry pays off. So they both rope around each other.
They sure do.
They're intertwined.
Very intertwined.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And-
I agree with that. Because I was actually going to say the same thing, because I think what it is people want to separate them to the point where it's marriage and ministry, which I understand. But in our relationship, like you said, our pastors strongly believe in traveling together. They think it's important. They think it's valuable. And I think it's valuable for your marriage as well as your ministry, like both, because they're both intertwined in a way. So, for us, we travel together, and that creates, the ministry is not just my husband's. The ministry is mine as well.
Yeah.
The marriage is obviously not just mine or my husband's, it's ours.
Mm.
So it doesn't feel separate. And since we're always always together, the adventure doesn't stop and restart.
Yes.
It doesn't pause and then go. When we're at home, we're home together, we're shopping, we're
We're
grocery
having
shopping.
ministry marriage.
We're having good, we're
having
marriage
ministry. It just-
Exactly. They go together. So we've gone all over the world together because of ministry,
Yes.
which we may not have done if I were home. We've only been to Europe.
and that made our marriage stronger.
Yes, we have to
The
spend
ministry,
adventures.
the ministry made our marriage stronger. We've been to Finland together. We've been to Amsterdam
Amsterdam,
together.
it's California. We've been all over the place.
Yeah.
But the ministry was maybe what brought us there, but it wasn't the only thing we were doing there. We were still
You're doing many things.
we were still having quality time together. So I what you said is exactly what I was going to say. That it doesn't necessarily have to be separated to the point where okay, I'm at home now, I can't think about ministry. Okay, with my wife, I can't think about ministry. My wife is here, I can't preach. My wife, because then that creates like a separation actually, that it makes the family the wives and the ministry the husbands, and then there's no unity really.
And I would say that also to like women and ministers' wives, it's like never make the ministry your competition.
Yeah.
You see, never compete if your husband has a ministry. That it should never be your competition.
Right. Yeah.
And with this mindset, I don't think it's possible.
No.
Yeah.
With this mindset, it is not possible, because you have just created balance to like the question, basically. Like all the points we have, like I think it's all together. But we're all, but like this particular mindset, I feel like it's just in the clear time, like clear.
Yeah.
I say it this way. I say it is never me against you.
Right.
It is me and you against the problem.
Right.
It's not me against you. So that's how we treat the ministry.
Yeah.
So like a minister's wife should never think like, oh, it's me against the ministry. Okay, if I have ministry time, where's my time? My time now have ministry. What a time. Yes, what a time. But it is always never compete, because you see the ministry in competition against the ministry.
Yes.
Right.
Because they're not included in the ministry.
Yes.
That's the best thing. Because if you're not traveling with your partner,
Yes.
you're not growing together. So even the impartation, the lessons learned, she's not along with you.
Yes.
So you're now like at level, 15, and she's at level 2.
Yeah.
And that's where the divide comes.
Yeah,
So
you come back on fire, and she's been sitting cold.
Exactly.
So your levels are now different.
Exactly.
So that's, it is important to have both.
And who spoke about that? Like Pastor Jonathan spoke about that too. That when he went to the river, he made sure to bring his wife, because then they were sort of shifting. We all came out of Assemblies of God, and then we sort of shifted in the like Holy Ghost fire, and he made sure that his wife was in the meetings too. So it isn't like he's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you all of a sudden preaching prosperity? All of that. So you guys are getting the revelation at the same time, and now you're
mind is
one accord.
together.
Exactly. So when there's a divide, because we may have some people that are watching who it has been a divide. Maybe the ministry has been the husbands and whatever. Now this is like sort of that challenge out to them to become one and begin to depend on each other.
It comes from both the husband and the wife side.
Right.
You're gonna say that. Right?
I was gonna say it because the brain is like
It's next to each other.
I say it comes on both sides.
Yeah.
I said to the minister's wife, never be in competition with the ministry.
Yeah.
On the other side, to the minister, if your wife is in competition with the ministry, then she's not included.
Yeah.
That's just a sign to you that she's not included enough, and she doesn't feel included enough,
Yes.
and that's why she's
That's
in
why there's a
competition.
competition.
Because if the woman is included in the ministry, then it's not your problem.
No.
It's also her
It's our problem.
It's our
Exactly.
problem.
Yeah,
Me and you
exactly.
against the problem. It's
Yeah,
me and you
exactly.
trying to grow the church.
Oh.
And the thing, is like, as a minister, it's like, you feel a certain way, like you have a superior wisdom and all these, like you don't want the women to interfere and all this stuff. But I can tell you the truth. Being a minister of the gospel, crusades across the nations, across different races, I can tell you that a woman has a certain wisdom that you don't have.
Right.
A woman,
I agree.
What are we doing? A woman has a certain wisdom, for the ministry that you don't have, and you must let that wisdom come from, and it changes everything. When I traveled KAESTRINGS, when I traveled, when I started traveling in America, all I did was travel. I go to church, preach and leave. Travel, go to church, preach and leave. When my wife came into the ministry, she brought in the details. I wasn't just a preacher.
Right.
Then she's like, let's make t-shirts.
Yeah.
It's like, it's something I would never do.
Right.
She's like, okay, let's add t-shirts to the ministry.
Yeah.
Okay, let's add a book table. You need a table everywhere you go preach. Let's
Right.
add the books on the table. Let's join the partnership table.
Yeah.
Let's. You see, those are the details. See, the things that I never thought of. You know, I just thought I'd go preach and go.
Right.
You know, this crusade we've done many times. I never thought of making t-shirts for people. It's like everyone wear your shirt. You know, but she brought up that details.
But that even comes though from him, like
Allowing.
He allowed the creativity.
We need to speak on that in terms of being secure enough.
Yes, yes.
He allowed
Go
the
ahead,
creativity.
Yeah, so I'm really, really getting blessed, and I just wanted to make emphasis on, you know, what he said about going out together. Like, you know, I've not said my points. It's just similar to what he's saying. Like, you know, my husband used to say something. We look up to a particular preacher in Nigeria who goes everywhere with his wife, and then it's exactly. Okay.
So I told you that.
Just tomorrow. Make myself so we are already Daddy, we love you.
But we're looking up to him and he's changing the culture.
Yes. Exactly.
And so especially because he's our color, it makes a difference. I know that's the first thing that it makes a difference.
Wow.
I'm sorry, it does. Representation is important.
Yeah.
And so that's like the first thing that I said to him, how you parent, how you treat your wife. As an African man, we're changing the culture,
Yes.
and we're
Yes.
literally the fruits of
Yes.
just from Instagram posts.
Yeah. It's amazing, and you know, it stops all this negativity, all this. Oh, a girl walked into my room naked. Like I'm a preacher, nothing happened. There were cameras. All those things. It's just it controls it. Like this man that we're talking about. Be there. You cannot use woman. Like go online, you won't see it. He's been married for over 30 years.
Yeah.
And no one single. We know how no scandal because of this strict principle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
It's so strict that you won't hear such a thing. So we are learning from the best.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think it's important to understand what you were saying also, you know, where it's not marriage and ministry, it's marriage and ministry, where you're sharing. I mean, my wife covers my blind spots because there are things that I wouldn't think about that you didn't think about when going ministry. Where now your wife comes in and she says, no, we should have a table like this, or this is how we reach out. And it's not that it's like, it's someone that is covering the blind spot, the areas that you didn't think about, the things that you didn't see. Because as a man going out ministering, let's say a single man going out ministering, I'm not thinking, oh, we should have t-shirts, we should have a table, we should get partners. I'm like, get in, minister, get out.
Yeah.
Get in, minister, get out. Right? That's mindset. But how then do you build partners? Right? Your partner comes along and says, you know what? It isn't about just getting in and getting out. We got to get in and we got to speak to the people that's there. You know, give people an opportunity to partner with what we're doing. You know, it's not just getting into a city and get out. So it has to be not only your vision, but our vision. Right? It has to be the ministry must be the marriage's vision. When they feel included in that way, to that level, you won't have that fight. You won't have that, I feel like you're always at church or you're always on the road ministering. You won't have any of that when you have the one vision.
That's right. Wow.
Okay, so as ministers of the gospel, how do you guys have fun? What are some of the recreational activities you guys do?
The same way we're in that person.
What are some of the recreational activities that a Christian couple can think about in terms of fun and excitement in a godly way for your marriage?
I would have started playing FIFA.
Yes. So what do you do, Romain and Violet? Tell us.
What we enjoy doing together. We enjoy the beach.
Okay.
We really enjoy the beach. It's like our place that we go to. It's like a go-to spot. Like we've had a stressful week or stressful time. It's like, you know what? We just go to the beach and just kind of just relax. That's our place.
Richard J?
The beach.
We're from Florida too, so we go to the beach. But on the other side, we also get nice hotels.
Okay.
And the top floor. We like the views, so we like get like.
It's true.
We just took what? A few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we rented a penthouse.
In
Top
Dallas.
floor, and that was excellent.
God.
I would also say that what we enjoy to do is we're big foodies. Like we try
I was
new
gonna say, that's us.
things. Like
That's us.
it's a little embarrassing how much we take seriously going somewhere and trying new stuff and like just ordering it. Like we're just big foodies. So
I was gonna say, especially because we travel.
Yeah.
So whenever we travel somewhere, we look up the best food places.
Make it fun.
And that's something we like doing because when you go to we're going to Memphis, we're trying the barbecue. Like,
Right.
We're Texas, we're trying the barbecue. Like, we're going to places and trying everything, giving our opinions. Like that's what we do.
Something else we do, we also like have an Instagram page. And you know how like on your explore page, Instagram shows you like new foods. So we have a joint saved account where we save the videos
Of
there.
like recipes.
And we'll try
And we try to make it.
How about you guys?
Well, ours is just worship. we explore restaurants in Abuja. We're trying our best. We get to explore restaurants. And one thing I've enjoyed doing with her is travel. Like last time we traveled together was really cool. brings us out of that home space, and then like we get to do factory resets.
Wow.
Yeah, and then sometimes like to go out, like just go out and just drive.
Yeah.
We don't know where we're going to. We're just like driving and just stop at some point. Yeah, maybe
road trips.
And I'm walking. I was going to just put the map. Hey, just put the map and just But I have to confess that when the children came. Because I have 2 children under 2 years, so it's like I was pregnant all through, so I was just been eating and but we next day asked us this question, we will answer for now.
And working out together, like as it like developing.
Yes, we go to the gym together.
We were in Bible school together. We did a CNA class, that's a certified nursing assistant course together. So every year we like pick something and like elevate, and even like going on this trip because we're learning from you guys, and that's something that we do but for fun. But it's like every year, what can you add to what you're already doing that will make you like we're teaching we enjoy also educating our kids, and so we're teaching them about flying. So with homeschooling you can customize the curriculum, so we're literally teaching them about all the different commands and all that, and that's fun to like build your home, like homemaking.
Well, thank you so much for spending this time with us.